110.4 million in one go. Too excited, too excited. Want to take a walk? To calm down a little bit. I walked around the ruins of St. Paul's with Tingting. Returned to Xinhao. It's already past 3 in the afternoon. Before. Tingting took me to the Mazu temple to burn incense. Look at her pious look. In my heart, I am in awe of Mazu. Mazu culture has lasted for thousands of years. The original intention of building the temple. It is to protect the fishermen who go out to sea to overcome the storm. Return safely. Such a meaning. It fits our current situation very well. I realized that the person Tingting was praying for silently in her heart was me. He's still the same man she still drinks tea with. Turned out to be my love rival. If the sky has love, the sky will also grow old. I can't imagine how many nights of romance. I actually got jealous of that person. We went to visit the chief street and the cathedral again. Everywhere you go. She is as happy as a little swallow. In addition to chattering non-stop. Also full of curiosity about all kinds of things. So much so that I hate shopping. At this moment, I was deeply affected by him. Became no longer rigid and dull. The life that all this may cater to is just like the first time we met. It is indeed a beautiful thing. I was very tired when I got back to the room. Tingting lay on the big bed. Don't want to move at all. I went to the bathroom. Fill the big bathtub with hot water. Then lay down comfortably. Enjoying the feeling of soaking in hot water. The bathroom door suddenly opened and a white shadow floated in. Tingting's face turned red. Standing there helpless. The body of Xixiang is also trembling slightly. Seems to be waiting for my signal. Although they already have each other. But as close as now. All-round display. It still makes my face warm and my heart beats. The body also had an obvious reaction. Tingting's eyes seemed to have received my signal. So he shyly raised his thighs. He instantly slid his body into the bathtub and fell on top of me. With satisfaction and aftertaste. We fell into a deep sleep. When I woke up, it was already evening. After the madness. Very hungry. After simple grooming. Let's go downstairs to eat together. Tingting holds my shoulder. Leaning on my shoulder. Dance to tune. A woman who expresses her heart is particularly happy. Also very cute. I also particularly enjoy the feeling of the little bird clinging to me. It was the same restaurant, Tingting said coquettishly. Fellow countrymen. Should I invite you or me today? After talking about the supplies, he laughed. I was also amused by her humor. Of course you invite. Because you still have to ask me for advice. I told Tingting. The gambling game this morning. I won $500,000. To keep the fruits of victory. I still decided to retreat. Tingting praised me for being sensible and decisive. I'm a person who does big things. Being praised by the woman you love. I feel a little happy in my heart. Our itinerary is to stay up all night for 3 days. Today is Saturday. Macau must be evacuated on Sunday night. Because she has to go back to work on Monday. I also want to go back to the company to hide from others. We have less than 30 hours left together. How to arrange these 30 hours? I proposed a plan for her reference. After dinner. Spend 2.5 hours watching the performance of the House of Dancing Water. The House of Dancing Water Casino is world famous. Since you are in it. If you don't feast your eyes on it. It's really one of the great regrets in life. Then spend all the time before 12 o'clock playing with her in the midfield hall. Hundreds of small gambling pleasures. Go back to your room to rest after 12 o'clock. Because women are not suitable for staying up late. Beauty sleep. Must sleep enough. Hit 51 the next day. On the 30-year-old plane, everyone goes home. Find a mother each. After listening to my description. Tingting raised her hands in agreement. Especially the House of Dancing Water and hundreds of houses parts. The finishing touch. But what I can see seems to be more fond of Baijia. See her beaming with joy. An expression of delight in talking about the details of the card game. I realized instantly. If this woman is not self-disciplined or she is addicted to sex, it is inevitable. Even if I don't come with him. She would also come here secretly. Now. I suddenly felt a sense of mission that there was a long way to go. The show in the House of Dancing Water is one of the best in the world. These unique skills. The world's top stage celebrity. dazzled all the audience with his superb acting skills and perfectly realistic stage effects. Won their heartbreaking applause. Come out of the house of dancing water. Tingting is still unsatisfied. But once entering the casino area, her eyes immediately lit up. Can't wait to get to the point. I bought 30,000 yards at the cashier's office. All in his hands. Then tell him. Play whatever you want. I will serve as an advisor to him at the appropriate time. He agreed. Then he shuttled back and forth in his intestines with great interest. At an empty gambling table, Tingting sat down. I'm also by her side. This is a table with an ante of 2,000. The dealer is a middle-aged woman. At this time, the road on the road sign is extremely irregular. According to my experience, there is no condition for placing a bet at all. However, Tingting paid 2,000. In the village, someone gave the dealer 1,000 chips and told the dealer to go to 433. She even knows 433. It seems he is quite proficient. I silently hoped in my heart that she would hang up her 30,000 chips. Lost early. Go upstairs and rest early. If I lose this game as I wish, at least it gives her a boost in terms of self-confidence. At this time, she hoped to reduce her interest in Bai Jia. I really don't want to see the woman I love. He's actually a bad gambler. Although I am a gambler myself. The cards are opened. Zhuang Yingzhen shouted happily to Tingting. Then he raised his hands to give me a high five. I'm busy. I think the dealer will definitely lose. He won a lot of money. Even the pair hit. The next card seems crazy. Where did he win and the round ended? She actually won more than 70,000 yuan. Seeing Tingting's face flush with happiness, I'm a little secretly sad. And in my heart I was very angry at myself for being self-defeating. It seems like this is God's arrangement. Beyond human reach. I believe that in the near future, major casinos in Macau will welcome another elegant female gambler. It was already past 9 o'clock when I got up in the morning. Today is Sunday, the day we head home. Tingting used 30,000 yuan in principal last night, which reached 110,000 at the peak. By the end of 12 o'clock, she made a total profit of 90,000. She was so excited that she stayed up half the night, and then she fell asleep after my repeated intervention. It seems that this is related to her long-term mediocre life. She actually doesn't care too much about winning or losing, she is just very obsessed with the feeling of exciting heartbeat and the state of always looking for results like an eagle. She is a civil servant in the system, and her annual salary, bonus, and benefits will not be less than 100,000. Besides, she had been with her boyfriend, who was still drinking tea in Getaway, for several years. No one could be sure, and she had never kept any secrets for him. Therefore, I have reason to believe that she may be an invisible rich woman. It was already past 10 o'clock after breakfast, so I packed my luggage and hurried to the airport. We were not on the same flight. In the waiting hall, we hugged each other and were not separated for a long time. She repeatedly told me to think of her every day and report my whereabouts to her at any time, and I agreed one by one. The day after I returned from Macau, I went to the office, took out all the bank cards in the safe, and used mobile banking to transfer all the funds in more than a dozen cards to 4 cards. Including the profit of 10.4 million this time, the 4 cards have a total of 21.72 million, which is more than 2 million less than the peak of 24 million. I plan to temporarily store these 2 million in the accounting room of the Macau casino, but when the time comes, I will get it back with interest. Just like in a dream, 2 days ago I was still worried about losing 8 million, but today, 2 days later, not only did I get my 8 million back, but I also won 2.4 million. Although I still won 2 million less than at the peak, it was only a matter of time before I got it back. This is gambling, this is baccarat, it can create 2 miracles instantly, it can make you rich overnight, and it can also make you a beggar instantly. Only some people with special talents can stand alone in Mengnan and suddenly become the most beautiful people in the world. At this moment, thinking back to the classic showdown 2 days ago, my heart is still filled with excitement. Macau casinos are still regarded as tigers, leopards and jackals, but in my eyes they are nothing more than that. I even thought that I was one of those people with special talents. Macau, the island that haunts me and is so entangled in my dreams, is destined to become a bloody battlefield in my life. After finishing my personal affairs, I asked my secretary to invite Mr. Lin, the marketing director, to the office. Mr. Lin was a classmate of mine in the CEO class. Because he had a strong relationship and was indeed a good player in the market, he was brought into our team with a high salary and shares. In the past few years, He has really shown me his true abilities. Mr. Lin opened the door and came in. I quickly stood up and offered my seat to pour tea. The relationship between us has always been that of friends and brothers, without too much restraint. He reported to me the recent visits from franchise customers and some feedback from the market. He said, in general, the market recovery situation is not optimistic. The number of visitors and transaction volume is only 1/5 of what it was before the storm, while the amount of advertising is 1.5 times of before. Brother, this situation must be its time to pay attention. After listening to the report, I was surprised. I knew it wasn't optimistic, but I didn't expect it to be this severe. So I said, let me think about it.